Sound Production. Sound Production. Sound Production.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's your boy Sirius, and welcome to tonight's stream. And I believe this stream is long overdue, in my opinion. And shout out to Nixon, because Nixon, he kind of elaborated on what I want to talk about for a while. He reminded me this morning about the video that he put out on his channel. So if you want to check out his channel, it's just Nixon. Just go ahead and look it up. He made good points about what's been going on in the Manosphere, right? Manosphere or anybody that's within this space. It is getting way too fucking boring and repetitive. It's over. And I will elaborate why very soon. But I will definitely shout you guys out. What's going on, Sergeant Grinch? No, I haven't talked to the folks yet, but hey, I know there's a few lodges around my area, so I'm definitely going to talk to them. What's going on, Kono? What's going on, Revan? Mochi Alex, Jerry K, Geeks United. What's up? The Sacred Y, thank you for the shill. Richard R, rest in peace. David Crosby, yes, rest in peace. I think he died. Well, when did he die? Age 81, I think it was. So yeah, rest in peace to him for sure. And just some random guy, what's going on? Well, I was planning on going to sleep early tonight, but fuck it, we have a stream tonight, boys. Goddamn right we do. I think it's gonna be an important one, and the stream shouldn't be that long because we all got to get up tomorrow and go outside and touch grass, right? We got some real life shit to do. So let me go ahead and add in the one, the only Great Ghost. What's going on, man?
Hey, good evening. Dealing with a couple things. Ribs are kind of fucked, but you're painting some stuff and taking it kind of easy.
Yeah, that's the joys of getting older, right? Your body just breaking down. Sucks. But that's life, you know. Can't really stop it. But this conversation is definitely long overdue. Gentlemen, I think you notice why my production of videos and streams have slowed down dramatically, right? I'm not as active as I used to be anymore. Put a 1 in the chat if you notice that. Put a 1 in the chat if you notice that I'm not as active. Because there's good reasons why. Very good reasons why. Because, chat, there's only so much things that I can give you as advice before there's nothing else that I'm able to teach you. Like, I will be regurgitating the same garbage. I will just be another echo chamber in the tens of thousands of red pill channels that are out there. I don't want to be that guy. I'm sure Gray doesn't want to be that type of person too. We will look if we find something interesting or we find something new that we haven't talked about, then we will put it out there because we see as something of value. But if you consistently see on my channel over and over and over and over and over again saying, Western women are bad, Western women are delusional, Western women this, Western women that, simps, simps, it gets boring very quickly, doesn't it? And we got a shit ton of channels that are like that. Yes, even the very successful channels like Fresh and Fit, like Just Pearly Things, like that Femme Sapien chick, like that Roma Army chick. Every video is pretty much the same shit over and over again. What do you have to say about that, Gray?
Well, the thing is, I don't really think that it's fair to compare what we do to the fucking grifters, for one.
I'm going to elaborate on that. But I'm just saying in a simple way that I don't want my channel to become like theirs. I know they're doing it for monetary gain, but how do they make their money? Repeating the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, well, part of that is unfortunately the format of YouTube, because YouTube does not go, oh, hey, this person is new to this kind of content. Let's recommend them some beginner stuff. No, YouTube recommends the most recent video. So unless you're going to structure out your information into an episodic series clearly labeled in a consumable format, you're not going to get people who come in new and go, oh yeah, I'll check out the old stuff. No, they're going to check out your most recent stuff. And since every single time you put out new videos and new content, you have new people coming to your channel and seeing your stuff. I mean, like, do you have any idea how many people legitimately think I am a female VTuber because of the one most recent video I put out?
Yeah, the one that blew up? Yeah.
Yeah.
A good amount of them.
Yeah. Like, all you have to do is check one other video on, well, okay, maybe I've got a number of waifu videos, but it doesn't take you very long to figure out that this ain't a real dude.
Exactly.
But
And
that's the thing. Like, you've always got new people coming in. So, yeah, it sounds repetitive to the people who've been here for months or years on end. But these new guys aren't going back and seeing all the old content. They're just seeing the most recent stuff.
but at the same time, the amount of red pill channels out there, I somewhat, in my opinion, believe that it becomes irrelevant by the time to get to our channels, right? Because they watch Fresh and Fit and just probably things, regurgitating the same basic bullshit like, oh yeah, she's not yours, it's just your turn, ha ha ha. And then eventually they'll get to channels like mine or Chronic and Hammerhands. You know, half the shit we say already, they already heard like, eh. So Chronic is different because he's definitely a master of roasting. He's funny, right? He's able to capture an audience attention a lot better than I do. And Hammerhand, he's a lot older, so he has way more life experience and advice that he can give out. So it's their channels are unique regardless of the content, but at least with my content that's pretty serious and pretty informative, they'll just pretty much pass up my channel if they like went to my shorts, right? Let's say if I continue to make shorts and I'm like, oh yeah, see, this is why you don't do this, this is why you don't do that. They're like, well, damn, the last 20 channels already told me this.
Well, a part of the problem is that you got to differentiate between like current content and evergreen content. Like, for example, I might go to Hero Hey or Rev Says Des, but I'm not going to go back and look through the archives of shit that they've done over the years because, well, like they're all based on current news. Like if you go to someone who is uploading quick consumable stuff, you're going to get a lot of repetition because you're assuming that a lot of people aren't going to come and take a look at it for the first time. Alternatively, you make evergreen content, which is stuff that you don't want to repeat because it's meant to be one video that is constantly reviewed over and over again as the months and years go on.
I see what you're saying. Nixon, I was just talking about you. He says, I uploaded a 7-minute semi-rant of the Manosphere being the same thing all over, which I will 100% agree. I think I've just gotten over it all and taken what I need to from it. Cynical approach as it is. Hey, I agree with you, Nixon, because in my opinion, I hope to God that men will eventually move on trying to look for answers. Like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a community of men to, vent their issues or want to talk about certain things that are happening in our system. But I don't want the man to be in constant red pill rage and just seething at the sight of, haha, look at this dumb bitch. Fuck these bitches.
Well, here's the thing, Yidis. Do you really think that your videos are the difference between a man being in a red pill rage and not?
No. Not just my channel. I'm just talking about just in general, right? Because that's how Fresh and Fit got so popular in the first place, and they can't tell me otherwise. All right, they're capitalizing on the red pill rage, and
no, they are. But you changing your channel's content doesn't change Fresh and Fit.
No, I agree with that.
Here's the thing: it's like this is the equivalent of saying, I don't like that people are getting cavities, so I'm going to stop selling candy at my store.
Okay.
You're not stopping people who go looking for candy. Some dude in the red pill rage is not going to seek out non-red pill rage content.
No, but that's what I'm saying. They're consistently going to go and find any type of content because once again, right? That's how, in my opinion, Ribby got popular because he also had a lot of people that's like, yeah, Ribby, yeah, fuck these dumb broads, yeah, they're fucking retarded, which is fine, which is fine because once again, Ribby he roasts as well, but overall, the Manosphere overall as a whole, like or anybody in the space. It just became a giant echo chamber, in my opinion. And at least with my channel personally, that's why the production on my channel has become very slow. Because I'm like, you know what? This is supposed to be something that's supposed to be a passion, right? Because there's difference between doing it because you want to doing it or doing it because it's business. You know, you want to capitalize on that income. I want men to not just listen to my advice, your advice, Chronic's advice. Actually fucking do something. Actually do something. I'm serious. Go out there and actually capitalize on what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do as a man, right? Because you're a grown man, do whatever you want. But just like stop like just lingering or like around and just here, you know? Make something of yourself. You want to be a monk? Go be a monk. If you still want to mess with women, I highly suggest that you are very careful. Go ahead and do that with the red pill knowledge that you have. Just don't just sit around and just be all fucking negative and pessimistic about everything, especially about, yeah, we know that women in the West ain't shit. What are you going to do about it? Yes, we know the system is working against men. What's your next move now? That's my thing. You know, I was thinking about this all day because it irks me that I also see a lot of complaining over and over and over and over again. I'm like, okay, what are you doing about it?
Okay, but complaining from who?
Just various people. That's it.
Well, no, that's the thing. Various people, that's not specific enough to identify where the problem is.
Well,
is it the comment section? Because
yeah, comment section.
Okay, but whose comment section? Your comment section?
Mine a few times, and then I go over to other red pill channels, MGTOW channels. I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do next? Well, that's not the same. Okay, just you know how these bitches are. Like,
okay. Are those guys useful anyway?
I don't know. I get that this is a space to vent and talk about your problems. But let's talk about what's your next move, your solution.
Well, keep in mind, not every man that comes into the red pill space is going to be some fucking enlightened dude who really gets it and sees it all.
No, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, but they're not. But that's the thing. But not every guy is even going to ever become that kind of dude.
Which is cool. But I'm just saying, I know that we can't save everybody. Like we established that countless times.
Yeah.
Simps are going to simp. People in the red pill rage are going to eventually go into that nihilistic shit. Hopefully they don't do some heinous acts that makes us look bad. But I just, you know, I'm tired of hearing the same shit over and over again from all these channels, right? I get it. We make different content. But it's just at this point, especially with the type of audience that these channels have, like the PUAs and all that shit, they get millions of views.
Very simple solution, Yeetus.
What's up?
You stop watching those channels.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, overall, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be I don't want to be that type of channel, and that's why I asked the chat. You see why I am very slow on my videos now? Because I could easily two shorts a day, just be like, haha, look at this dumb bitch, and get views easily. But I'm like, you know what? Nah, it's getting very tiring, very repetitive, and eventually, and I told you guys this before, I am going to make that transition to Yeetus News, right? Because I thought the manosphere wasn't just about women and dating. You know, I thought it was about male issues as a whole, how it affects men, how men are affected from a personal standpoint all the way up to societal. But no, all these damn channels is just like, oh yeah, she doesn't like short men.
Why are you
Yeah.
watching these channels?
Well,
Why do you give a
well,
shit about what other channels?
What
in
I'm
the
saying
manosphere make?
is, well, I don't just look at my channel. I go around and look at other channels,
Okay, I think that's your problem. I don't.
which is fine. You don't have to. I'm just saying I do. Because
Yeah,
I'm like, you
but-
know what? At this point, you know, it's all good that I talked to 12,000, almost 12,800 you guys, which is far more than I thought that I was ever going to do, right? Thanks to Chronic. Thank you, Chronic. But it's like, I don't want to be like them. I was on my way to being like these channels. I was. Just not just saying the same bullshit over and over, and get a few claps, get a few views, and do the same thing over again the next day. You know, that's why my subs are like, hey man, like why you stop doing this? Why you stop doing commentary? Because at this point it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's getting too fucking saturated. It's just an echo chamber. I'm like, damn. I'm still going to do
an echo
videos.
chamber is a place. That's where it's absent of dissent. Like, you're seriously telling me that you don't get any more comments of people saying that you're full of shit?
Say that again.
You don't get any comments where people are telling you that you're full of shit. Like, you have no haters whatsoever.
No, I got haters.
Well, then it's not an echo chamber.
Well, one or two. Wish I get more, but it's just that I don't. Well, just in the end, right? At least from my side, this is something that, you know, I just want to do, and I'm very passionate about. Right? I'm not like, oh, whatever about this. I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about male issues. Right? So we got all these new people coming in by the day. I'm still shocked on how many new red pill MGTOW channels are popping up still to this day. And it's literally, how you say, it's not even about the foundation of what red pill MGTOW is anymore.
Well,
it's just putting a bunch of women with little to no clothing, and they say, haha, look at this whore. Let's go to the next video. Haha, look at this stupid bitch.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. Sex sells and mocking people sells.
Which is understandable.
Just because some dude comes into the manosphere doesn't mean that he wants to be fucking enlightened. Doesn't mean that he gives a shit about male issues. He's frustrated that his dick isn't wet.
Which is all good. What I'm saying is, to me and to me only, is just becoming bullshit at this point. It's just me. You might not care as much, but I do.
Yeah, but it was always bullshit. Like,
nah, in the beginning there was purpose.
Yeah, in the beginning, when the fucking attention on the manosphere was 1/100th or less of what it is today. Back in the day, before simp was a part of the lexicon, before she's for the streets was echoing across, before you had fucking PewDiePie scream simp alert. Yeah, back then it was serious because it was a fucking niche community. Like, now it's gotten popular, so it gets diluted, and you got a whole bunch of people cashing in on the lowest common denominator. That's what happens in literally every single community that has ever formed that was successful.
Hey, what are y'all talking about in the comments? Why y'all bringing up Taylor? Okay. Yeah, I get it. Things will eventually change. It always changes. But my main point, at least when it comes to the current state of the manosphere, is changes for the worse, and I'm not fucking liking it at all.
Yeah, again, I like it if the fucking 40K fandom was a tiny fraction of the size it currently was, because there's all kinds of bullshit going on about it. But do you think I'm gonna fucking stop painting my goddamn Tyranids because I hate how the fandom's acting?
Oh no, I'm not saying I'm stopping. I'm just saying I've noticed I was becoming like them, and that's why my pace of me changing my content changed, because I was on my way just repeating the same bullshit that these desperate men, that these men that are in need, just wants to hear, whether it's, you know, oh, you need to you just need to go overseas, bro, or oh yeah, you know, she it's just your turn, bro. It's just, and just repeat the same shit over and over again. And I could still give you, sure, but me personally, that's not what I wanted. So that's why I change my stuff, and things will eventually slow down even more. And eventually I will phase out of this channel and migrate over to Yeetus News. Because I think we've got to the point where we don't give a fuck about these bitches no more. We really don't care, to the point where we got 28 million channels pretty much saying the same thing. So newcomer or not, they're already gonna know what's up. So I want to expand my horizon when it comes to red pill, right? Because red pill means seeing reality for what it is, accept it, and then learn how to navigate through this new reality.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't really see why you needed a second channel to do that. Like, can't you just change what you produce on this channel and then accept that you're going to lose some subs and engagement?
Yes and no, because I want a second channel just in case, because I do want to keep things separate when it comes to current events, at least. I haven't given up on my second channel. It's just been a while. Wait, what is that? Oh, are you tired of being angry? Me too. Shit ton of men are tired of being angry as well. But, you know, we got these mainstream channels keep fueling the fire, right? But
yeah. What if we took all these mainstream channels and fucking nuked them out of existence? Do you think that men would just chill the fuck out?
What do you mean? I'm not saying that they're all going to just chill out. I'm just saying that
No, you're saying that these mainstream channels are fueling the rage. Are they? Or is fucking reality fueling the rage and these guys are just capitalizing on it?
We will elaborate on that in a bit. We will elaborate on that because I didn't specify. That's my fault. When it comes to me having a second channel, it's just in case Susan fucking, you know, gets me. And on top of that, I believe keeping the news separate from all the other bullshit, I think that's good.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't understand why you think it's good. Like your new channel and your current channel do not have the same number of subs.
Well, I'm working on it. I just created it.
Yeah, okay, but this channel is like, unless you completely abandon this channel, you're just playing catch up with the other channels.
Well, I did say slowly I will fully transition to Yeetus News, probably by the end of this year. I don't plan on doing this for a long time.
Okay, but
this type of content right here.
Okay, but that's the thing. Why don't you just do the Yeetus News content on this channel? I still don't understand your logic behind that.
Well, I just want to put it on the second channel. That's it. I just want to put it on the second channel.
But now this stuff which you want to promote, which you want the Manosphere to have more of, you are sending it to a smaller audience.
Well, I usually advertise the videos on my community posts.
Okay, yeah, but it's going to give you lower engagement. Like, period. Yeah, you advertise it, but that doesn't mean every single one of your 12,700 some odd subs see that community post. You know you're being suppressed. Every extra step you add on to that is going to cut into the retention.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes because the channel is still new.
Like
Hell,
all
fuck
like,
it, I'll put a trailer.
like Yeetus, let me just run this by you as a
What
quick
the
test.
fuck?
Do a Yeetus news segment on this channel, then go to the video analytics and compare retention, engagement, and audience between this channel and a Yeetus news channel. If there's no difference, then okay, whatever, it doesn't make a difference. But I'm willing to bet that you'll get more people, more viewers, and more engagement if you do a Yeetus news topic on this channel than on the news channel.
Well, the only reason I'm doing it on the other channel so far is, I'm trying to get up the hours as well. I'm almost at 2,000 hours before I get any type of monetization to support that channel.
I mean, okay, if you're trying to get around and try to get the monetization because this channel is blacklisted by YouTube, okay, that makes more sense. Like that, at least I can understand the objective. But if that wasn't a factor, then I'd say that you may as well just make the new content on this channel and transition over to the new content without building a new channel.
Somebody had a question because you know what? I'm probably not explaining myself too well. Yeetus, what's wrong? Are you moving because of your discontentment towards PUA grifters, and that could be coloring your reason to move? Yes and no, both. It's just like at this point, all these little hoo-has, they're getting fucking millions of subs because they're ass kissers of Susan and shit. While while Chronic and Hammerhand, what's his name, Terrence Pop, TFM, all of them should be at least 100K subs by now. All of them should be, but of course we're not. So that's slightly annoying. And I'm kind of nervous with Chronic too, because you already know what happened around this time when he has this many subs. So, keep my fingers locked that he makes it to 100K. Because you already know Susan likes to fuck with him, especially.
Yeah.
But what'd you say?
But that's kind of, yeah, we do that because we're saying shit that the people at the top don't like. If we want the people at the top to not fuck with us, then we have to start catering to them. And we don't want to do that.
Agreed. And the other reason lost Vane is because the separate channel is going to be disconnected to this channel, because this channel is mainly about, how simps and feminists ain't shit, right? That's pretty much the emphasis of my channel, right? On how men are being treated like shit due to dating and shit, But now I'm like, you know what? Fuck this day. Like, there's so much information out there these days about what I'm talking about. I'm like, let's talk about something that's a bit more important, And I highly doubt the Yeetus News channel will last long either. But I will honestly want to talk about male issues. That's pretty much like war, pretty much like economic issues, how society treat men in general based on current events. I'm not going to give you, here's the news of the day. No, I want to do things that correlate on how men are treated. Good news or bad news. I would like to work on something like that. And plus, I believe it'll be more fun to put in a lot more effort. Because that's another thing. With the Yeetus News, I feel that I'll be more challenged to do stuff. I've been doing this for almost 2 years, and I've been part of the community for 8 years. So this is like, I already know all this, and red pill knowledge is pretty much common at this point, in my opinion.
No, it's not.
what I'm saying is, it will be soon, but at least because there are certain people that are making it popular, right? You know, even though this person is in jail, Andrew Tate. Even though people won't accept it, not everybody's going to accept it. They say, "Oh, he's a misogynist piece of shit. Fuck him. He needs to go die." Or tell any man that even stands up for himself that he's a piece of shit. He's a misogynist. He needs to die. I don't know. I believe that this knowledge is common enough now, in my opinion. If not in society, then it's common knowledge on social media. It doesn't really need my voice per se anymore. So my videos will eventually be archived, unless Susan eats me. But that's like by the end of the year, so not anytime soon.
Again, just I don't know. You're still confusing me on the rebrand thing. Like that, you need a whole new channel. Like I guess you seem to think that you need a new channel to make a new type of content.
There's multiple reasons why I'm doing the second channel, but the main reason is I'm not shadow banned. Eventually I will get shadow banned, most likely, but for the second channel I'm not shadow banned. And I'm and I know that I have a bigger audience on this channel, but
okay, you're not shadow banned.
Oh, this channel?
Oh, the other one. Oh, the other one. How do you know?
Oh, the other one? Oh, I'm doing just fine when it comes to views and everything else. Like there's no sudden, oh yeah, you get no subs for the next few months, or haha, you get only 50 views. Hell, Susan probably never caught me yet, right? Because my channel's new. But this channel, how I went from getting over 1,000 subs a month to just 20. Oh, she's fuck with me. But Susan is one thing, right? Susan. She's gonna be an asshole anyway. But with this type of content, I'm not as funny or as good of a roaster as Chronic. He's fucking hilarious, man. He's a goddamn legend. I'm not as wise as Hammerhand because once again, he has way more life experience than me, and especially way more experience when it comes to marriage and stuff. And my channel's good and all, right? Like hell, yeah. Me, Gray, Rishi, we worked pretty damn hard on this channel. Very fucking hard. Do you know how many hours of live stream that we have, chat? Like, fuck me. But it was fun. Very fun. And I'm not going to stop doing streams or videos. It's just that I don't want to give you guys the same bullshit over and over, right? So if I find something new, if I find something, that I haven't talked about yet, and I feel that it will be good information for you guys, yeah, I'll do a stream. I'll do a video. But I do see what you're saying, Gray, when it comes to why I'm not doing it. Why I'm not doing the Yeetus News stuff on this channel. I see what you're saying. I might do something like a trailer, at least, for the Yeetus News stuff. But I want them for now to focus on getting to that other channel.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think at the very least you would have to push that channel further, but because I think you got people in chat who don't even know that Yeetus News exists already.
Yeah, I have been lacking on the advertising for the last couple months. I agree. So,
yeah, but then here's the other thing: if it's going to get shadow banned eventually, anyway, right, you're putting a lot of hours into something that you're expecting to lose.
It. Hmm.
when you already have a lot of hours into this channel?
See, huh? That is a good point, but at the same time, this would be like a fresh start for me, at least. If you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that, but as someone who's done a lot of fresh starts, it sounds fun until you realize, oh fuck, there's like a year of grinding before I get halfway to where I was last time.
Touche.
Like,
Touche.
yeah.
But Susan definitely fucked me over on this channel, so that's a big one of the big reasons why I have a second one. Because maybe that one won't get fucked over. Maybe I can get to 20, 30, 40K. Maybe. But this channel is fucked. She fucked me over big time. She didn't like that Streetwalker video I put out. Like, how are you gonna demonetize my whole goddamn channel just because of a Streetwalker? You bitch. I know it's something that is out of nowhere, and I'm not really putting A, B, and C together. But hopefully you guys are getting where I'm coming from on why I'm doing it. And maybe it'll make more sense as time goes by, right? Because this is still new even to me. But eventually we'll get that shit together. I just don't want to, and once again, I'm just keeping it real. I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my time putting out videos. I want to give you guys something of quality, something that isn't really being talked about, that needs to be talked about. And once again, this is a new project, a new little thing that I can work on. It may fail, but hey, sometimes in life you gotta take risk. And man, I am bad at math. Oh shit. Oh, it will be. It'll be eligible. Because they got me for this channel for using reusable content. That's how they got me. They had no issues whatsoever. You guys know about the What series, right? I did almost 100 videos on the What series. But as soon as I made that Streetwalker video, bam, my entire channel got fucked. Rebin, he says, isn't the news super censored? Mainstream news? Yes. They'll never tell the truth. The integrity of mainstream news is long gone. But that's why I'm here for the challenge. I'm here to, seek out what's actually happening when it comes to a certain situation or a certain event. I guess you can say I'll be kind of like a journalist or whatever, but it will be focused on men. So guess what? Men have to bear the brunt of the responsibility anyway, right? Do. I mean, for you, won't you get yeeted? Well, I say it really does depends, because channels, other big journalist channels, they talk about shit that I know it will get me yeeted immediately, especially when it comes to the 2020 science serum shot thing. they're talking about it 24/7, 365. I say one sentence, bam, I'm gone. So it really does depends how big I get or something like that. Maybe I got a number to YouTube headquarters. Who knows? But it's not just YouTube, right? I'll be able to take my stuff to like Odyssey or Rumble and all that stuff. Because once again, this move ain't happening anytime soon. This is going to take me a minute. Because first off, I need to figure out what type of media sources, what type of method I'm going to be using to obtain the information. I have to find better formats and stuff. Because I haven't even made a video yet. I only made live streams. And Gray's coming over once again, giving great content. But yeah, I haven't even done videos yet on that channel. Frost, is that what you said? I do kind of get what Yeet's talking about, and it's very hard to come up with new ideas. And the space, everything has been covered a million times already. Maybe just take a break for a little bit, Yeet. I see what you're saying, taking a break. That's why I've been slowing it down, you know? Because once again, I'm not going to stop the videos. I'm not going to stop the streams. It's just that I'm not going to drop anything unless I know it will be something of value to you guys. Not some 304 shaking her ass like, hey, look at this dumb broad. Like, you saw that shit a million times. It's stupid.
Well,
Huh?
I'm trying to think how to word this, because like in comparison, like I'd look at my channel just as compare and contrast. Now I don't know if I've been shadow banned yet. I probably haven't. But you look through mine archively, it doesn't have the same sort of unified identity. I got fucking gaming live streams, a couple like conference live streams, a couple shorter videos, and now I've got the one longer video that took off. Like, for me, it's what does the audience want? What do my viewers want? And what they appear to like right now is simp satire.
Which I believe is pretty fucking hilarious. Not gonna lie.
But that came from a spur of the moment idea. Being like, hey, like, what if we flipped the script on this and swapped the genders around? What would that be like? And then I just committed to that, and apparently it works.
Well, yeah, we got some. Don't get me wrong, your stuff is hilarious. But once again, there's a lot of AI waifu simps out there as well. Like, who this fine bitch? Let me listen to what she got to say. Like,
if it gets, I will package up the message however it fucking needs to be. If it needs a fucking big titty tomboy ab show and GF to get the message out there, then goddamn, I'm gonna give the people what they want.
And yeah, like, your stuff is a good idea, because not only that you're putting out the message, you're flipping the script on what these track cucks and these feminists say. You just do a 180. Like, I don't know why y'all getting mad at me. This is what you guys are saying, which I think is pretty genius.
So, like, I guess my response is, like, to all this bullshit on the manosphere is to just do a full-on 180 satire of it, where it's half comedy, half rage bait.
Half comedy. Did you put out that one video yet? Because you were working on that most recent one, the dude with the car.
Yeah, no, I finally finished the script for that, and now I'm 90% done the title card. So all that's really left to do is get the waifu recordings done and then see about maybe cleaning up some of the vocal audio and then just put it together. So with any luck, I should have it finished by tomorrow, and then I'll get to publish it on Saturday.
How long do you think that video is going to be?
It should be under 14 minutes.
Shit. I'll share your video as well because I already know it's going to be hilarious.
It's like the only downside to it is that it takes literal hours to transcribe every word of fucking simping. Oh God.
That is true. They do talk weird or talk too fast or
There's just the thing is I'm replicating the speech patterns. So when the waifu sounds fucking weird, it's like, nah, that's from the original script. Bonus points to whoever can find the original video I took that from, by the way.
Hey, is this still going to be in the car?
Oh yeah, this next one's in a car.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But IY Fan says people will forgive and forget without the daily dose of red pills. That is true. Damn, I've been doing that shit for almost 2 years now. Almost every day. That's dedication. Also, don't forget that CommuTube keeps deleting things quietly that they don't like. If you don't constantly remind us. I agree. I completely agree with that. I'm not stopping the daily dose. I love the memes. The memes part, just I'm laughing like every fucking morning anytime I see these memes. So I'm not stopping that. You know, I'm just saying that it's going to be a slower pace type situation because you guys remember I've been doing a stream and at least 2 to 3 videos every day for at least 5 months. I was getting it.
And admittedly, I can't produce stuff for my own channel and be streaming every single day and still, work and have a life.
See, that's the thing, like I always put time, unless I have, unless it's the weekend, I always put at least an hour and a half, 2 hours, just put it aside for the streams because, I really got sick of the big channels just talking the stupidest shit. Like just no substance, no type of value. They just repeat it over and over. I'm like, what the fuck? You guys watch these guys? And then, I put two together. I'm like, okay, it's just purely for entertainment purposes. But regardless, we need to actually have these male issues talk. And that's how I joined the Warband.
Yeah. I think if there's a reason that the male issue stuff isn't getting out, it's because it's buried in a 3-hour live stream.
Touche. I'll give you that one as well.
Like I'll be honest, for a lot of channel growth, I think what you need to do is start clipping key highlight segments because that's what's really holding your content back from getting out there is it's not digestible. Like imagine if you had if the only meal that you could eat from a certain restaurant was like a 5-course meal and you had to eat all of that.
You don't have a choice.
But that's all they offered. They only offer 5-course meals. You're going to go to the channel that offers, bite-sized snacks and medium-sized things.
I'll give you that one. You gave me a good idea. Instead of just putting out videos, I can just go through my 230 live streams and, there's countless content right there.
Because I'll be honest, like for example, VTubers, they primarily do streams, mostly on Twitch, some on YouTube, but mostly Twitch. 90% of their audience, I'd say, or at least the vast majority of their audience, finds them because there are clippers, people constantly watching their streams and then finding any funny moment in it and then making a quick 1 to 2 minute clip of that and putting it in.
1 2 minute clip. Okay. Yeah, I would do at least 10 minutes or less, or depending
Yeah.
on the subject that
What's the thing?
that
Like
we were covering.
you've got segments that you could pull out, so that works. But I think that's part of where Chronix gets a lot of his stuff too, is because he'll have segments set aside in the videos, and he'll actually hit the record and then do the segment in the live stream, and then he can post the segment out there later. I think that that's going to be very key to getting more growth, because if people just stumble into your channel and they see that it's a lot of 2, 3, 4 hour live streams, a bunch of them are going to go, that is too much commitment right off the bat. And that's why shorts and whatnot are so successful for growth, because they're essentially mini advertisements to get people to commit to the larger content.
Okay, I can definitely do that instead. That'll make things a lot better. Things that I feel that it has a lot of gems, and just pull it out. Okay, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Too easy. But overall, chat, I am pretty. Once again, I am pretty burnt out, I guess you can say, because yeah, we talked about amazing things, but I guess it's just, in my opinion, because of Susan, it's not going out there as I thought it would go out there because of that bitch. So at least for the next couple months, I'll just start cutting up highlights from the streams and shit, and I'll still do the daily dose of red pills and all that stuff. But I am pretty like, I don't really want to talk about dating and women and bullshit no more. It's fucking redundant to me at this point. In my opinion, there's so much information about this out there now. So, but best believe I still will be working on the Yeetus News thing. Once again, it's still new, and there's still a lot of things I want to work on when it comes to that channel. A lot, right? Because I can't be a news channel if I don't got my shit organized and put together. Like, yeah, you did a live stream, yay, woo. But there's other things that I can bring forward as well. I just don't know yet. I just want to talk about some actual real shit now. Like things that actually affect men as a whole, not just from dating. And once again, Gray is correct when it comes to why don't you just do it here? But at the same time, I want to have 2 channels. This channel is fucked. So let's see how far I can go with the second one. I can do the advertising or trailers on this channel. Because once again, yeah, I've been lazy with the Yeetus News, but nothing of importance has happened yet, to my knowledge. I still gotta do my research. No, best believe I'm bringing it very soon, and I guess I'll take a break for a little bit. Meanwhile, I'll just go through the live streams, because you guys already know I have a shit ton of live streams to go through. Like a lot of it. Hopefully I find that racist divested bitch. Put her on blast again. I think that's my only real hater. Like, she doesn't even know me. But just because you're like, yo, you a dark pigmented man, you are very melanated, get out of my sight. Like, bitch, you're black yourself. Let me Do you have the link to the other channel, Gray?
Just posted it.
Oh, okay. I'm just giving you guys, my position of what's going on right now when it comes to this channel. Because once again, I said it since the beginning, I'm not going to be doing this forever. I'm not. I'm just going to keep going until I feel like, hey, I said everything that I needed to say. Like, yeah, I'll put out videos of certain situations, like what happened to Chronic. That shit was wild. I had to break that one down.
Yeah. But another thing I want to address from the chat, like when it comes to moving to alt tech, the problem with places like Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute is that it is only alternative stuff. The only stuff that is on those channels is the stuff that cannot be on YouTube or cannot survive on YouTube. It's like, where am I going to go if I want my painting tutorials? Where am I going to go if I want my little short clips? Like, I don't just watch YouTube for Manosphere content. I don't just watch it for Red Pill content. I use YouTube for a wide variety of stuff. Like, and these other places, they don't have that other content that's going to keep me there.
Agreed. Okay. Hold up. Let me get this real quick. Damn it, wrong one. Pekkas, but how long have you been contemplating this, if you don't mind? I say since the beginning of this year. Yeah, like I've created Yidus News, so I plan on doing both channels at the same time. But now as time goes on and I see even like every time one Red Pill channel goes, 200 new Red Pill channels pop up, and once again, it's just I'm tired of hearing the same shit over and over, and yeah, I've been saying some shit that I believe is important to you guys, but Susan fucked me in that regard to get this information to a wider audience. And I'm just gonna say it. I'm just say it right here. I'm still shocked that Hammerhand's monetized. I am shocked.
Well, let's be honest. Look at how much. Nah, dude, it's very easy to see. Look at how much money Hammerhand rings in. Like, the dude can barely get his intro out before he's made $100 fucking.
Yeah, I think one of the streams alone he made almost 2,000.
Yeah, so he might. A third of that goes to Susan. That's why he's monetized. He's a goddamn cash cow, and they figure that it's like a woman in divorce. Like, they're going to look and be like, you know what? I can continue to fucking milk this and make a fortune.
Well, that is true. Susan's like, wait. We can put aside our differences.
Yeah, but here's the other thing. And this, like, admittedly, this is just kind of a consequence of it. But Hammerhand is spending so much time reading the super chats and playing the soundboard. How much of the message is he getting out proportionate to if he didn't have to respond to all that? Monetization is actually getting in the way of the message because people are trying to get the memes to go constantly.
You know what? When you put it that way, I haven't thought about it that way. Huh. So kind of like a double-edged sword. But
yeah, like, because here's the thing. Imagine if you were getting the same flow of super chats here during a live stream, half the fucking stream would just be reading and responding to super chats.
That is true. So YouTube is still winning at the end.
Yeah, YouTube not only gets to make a whole bunch of money, but they also water down every live stream by injecting it with a whole bunch of interactable content.
Okay, and I want to address this right quick. Tim Pool says everything that needs to be said on politics. No, no. I'm sorry. No, I disagree with that. He loves to hop over the fence, jump back and forth, whatever fits his narrative or fits his pockets. He will go wherever he needs to go to pretty much. How do I explain it?
Tim Pool gives a shit about two things: his wallet and his ego.
Right. And skateboarding. Some
Like
reason.
that again, like that ego. Like he's identified as a fucking skater. That's his thing. He's a skateboarder. That's the only thing that makes him even remotely not fucking milquetoast normie.
We're going into nuclear war, but before we continue, do you guys want this new skateboard? You just got to go to my website and type in blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, Duke's about to start flying, and he like, why are you talking about your skateboard? I personally believe, even though he's way bigger, right? Like shit tons bigger than me, I believe I can put out way more better quality when it comes to news and politics. Right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, poor women this, poor women that. Nah, I'm just gonna say how it is. And on top of that, I am going to explain how it affects men as a whole. Because once again, that's still the premise of Yiddish News.
Yeah, and Tim doesn't get to a fucking thing until it's been long covered by fucking everybody else. Like that Philadelphia train story, like that was being covered basically the day that it hit the fucking news by all the other red pill channels. And Tim just got to it, 2 weeks ago?
Shit, was this like last year? April, May?
I don't know, it was a while ago.
Like a long time
That's
ago.
the thing, like that shit was like ancient fucking news.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you bringing it up now? You know, I guess, like you said, it's been long forgotten and it's less likely for him to face backlash and all that stuff.
No, it's just that he received his fucking marching orders to cover that kind of topic. Probably because like it hit around the Andrew Tate times. They were like, oh well, better start talking about this. Start talking about fucking men walking away from society because Andrew Tate's getting fucking popular in the news and whatnot.
You know what, IY fan? He says the best way to describe Sim Tool is that anytime he makes a definitive stance, he will immediately take it back. State the opposite, then weeks later say he predicted the future.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you're on point. You're on point. You know, and he does that to please both sides of the aisle. You know, to not piss one side or the other side off.
Well, no, he pisses everybody off, but it's like slapping someone in the face and then rubbing their dick.
Okay, that's a interesting analogy.
Closest one I could think of off the top of my head, because he does something which pisses you off, but then he does something which strokes your ego and makes you think, oh, okay, you know, maybe it wasn't that bad.
And I'm sorry, I can't be I'm not that type of guy. I can't be a sellout like that. I just can't. You know. And plus, I also believe, at least when it comes to my videos, not the live streams, but videos, I want to make those scripted for Yiddish News. You know, to make it have a more professional feel to it. You know, I just type that bad boy up and just read it off. And do the you know how you did the you bring up information like screenshots and stuff? Yeah, that I thought was fucking genius when you did it for your videos. I'm like, why didn't I think of that? So I'm gonna see if I can do that as well. That'd be on point.
Yeah, you can. Just I'll warn you, like for me to take a live stream clip, edit it down so that it's just the bare essentials, and then put that in, it legit takes hours, like to do a very short piece of content. So,
I agree. I definitely agree. So I might have to do like one video, 2 videos a week on Yeetus News.
If you get one, again, it all depends on the length of the video, but if you got one 5-minute or less video out per week with that level of polish, you'd be doing pretty good.
Shit, I'm like, damn, I need to hire an editor because this is stupid.
Like that's the thing. This is where it gets to the point where you're like, shit, I do need to hire an editor to get a decent production rate of this stuff.
So that's why, ho ho ho, Revan. Guess what? I already have a logo with a suit that's gonna be on Yeetus News. It's gonna be glorious. I just haven't put it on there yet, but chat. There's no problem. There's no problem with choosing what you want to do. All right, that's why I say your life, your choice. All this crazy nonsense and shit that we talk about in the manosphere, about all the things that are happening and all this other nonsense. I'm also seeing that it's getting to the point where they don't really offer solutions to the problem. They just go over the same thing over and over and over again to have these young men or the men that got screwed over validate how they feel. You know, validate their feelings over and over and over again so they can get some shekels.
Well, but here's the thing, like, as someone who did go through that same sort of cycle, I understand that, but it's not like these guys are like, they get a lot of subs, but this is where the sub to engagement ratio is very important. Because like someone can have a lot of subs on their channel, but it's all about the engagement, which is where live streams come in. Also, Bladis, no, I haven't released that video yet. It's coming out right now. I'm going to say Saturday tentatively. Like, I should be able to get it finished tomorrow and then schedule it for a Saturday release.
And how do I explain it? That's the see, and that's why I get some criticism, because I do notice some people in the chat likes to criticize when I'm like, yeah, just because how you say it? Yeah, the best possible way to win this rigged game is to just walk away. But unfortunately, there are men out there that don't want to walk away. They still want to have some type of relationship somewhere in the world, somewhere out there. You know, I'm not going to tell them no.
What's the problem? For the solution, at the end of the day, you need to look at what each man wants. Because, yeah, if a man's like, wow, I want to survive all the bullshit that's going on, it's like, okay, well, then you have to minimize how involved you are with women. You're going to have to start gearing your life towards that. Right? Well, I do want to still have relationships with women. Well, then you're going to have to cut a bunch of luxuries out of your life in the day-to-day and instead go on vacations overseas and have relations with women there. Well, I want a girlfriend and I want a wife. It's like, okay, well, that's not something that you're going to get right now. You're going to have to save up for years, plan out your life carefully, and fuck off. The earlier that people figure that they want this, the better you can plan for it. Like if a dude in his 30s realizes, oh, hey, I want to have a family, like, well, are you in a career that enables that? Like, have you made long-term plans? Do you even like know the language that you'll need to learn? Whereas if a dude in his early teens wants that, it's like, okay, well, you can start making choices now to gear yourself towards that kind of long-term work. Because being able to work remotely, that's something that's going to help sustain you. Whereas if you have a job that requires your physical presence, that limits how far you can fuck off from society.
Yeah. And I pretty much said similar things that you're saying, and all of a sudden, people in the chat, oh, AWOL, AWOL everywhere. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, AWOL guy.
Okay, but that's the thing. Like, if your stance is AWOL, that's fine.
Like, okay,
Because these other guys, they might know AWOL, and they're willing to take the risk anyway, and they just want to stack the odds. Like,
right.
that's their life.
Like, they're a grown ass man. I can't tell them. Like, we're not a bunch of feminists up in this bitch. Okay, we don't work in a hive mind fucking nonsense. This sisterhood, like, oh, if you don't openly say that you want men to die, then you're against us. Like, what? Like, no.
Like legit. If someone said here that they wanted to be a fucking hardcore Republican, wagey, and support the system, be like, okay, well, I personally disagree with that. But if you are sincerely on about that, here's all the things that I would sincerely advise that you do in order to optimize your success for that.
Exactly. And in this marriage thing, right? I'm like, listen, I cannot tell you what to do. It's your life, whatever. But my best advice is definitely don't do it in the West and try to go somewhere. Try your best to go somewhere that has been affected the least possible by feminism, since it's fucking spreading like an aggressive cancer right now.
I mean,
you don't have much time left.
I mean, shit, if that white supreme guy came by like that, like when he did on Chronic's channel, and instead want to be like, okay, well, what advice would you give to guys who do want to marry exclusively within their race? Like, okay, well, I can give a whole bunch of very specific advice for those type of guys if they genuinely want to do that. I don't recommend it, but I know how they can stack the odds in their favor, and I still want them to succeed. Like, maybe it's not what I want to do to succeed, but if they're hardcore about doing it, might as well give them the best option.
Okay. So IOI fan, and I guess people aren't really understanding what we're trying to say. And Vane says as well, I find it better for more men all over if they all think AWOL rather than now where most believe the opposite, not WOL or whatever the fuck it's called. Yes. Men can go overseas. Men can do what they want to do, being aware that all women are like that. See, the difference between certain countries is the laws, the culture, what type of family they came from, etc. You know, of course, all women, if they had the chance to screw you over in the courts, they will. It's just that in certain other countries, it's frowned upon, or it's very fucking difficult for her to do that.
Yeah, and if you're like, okay, well, all women are like that. Okay, well, what you'd have to do, okay, like let's say that someone was like, no, I need to get a wife, and she needs to be in this country. I'd be like, okay, man, you want to go on fucking Dante Must Die hardcore mode. All right, here's the fucking strategy guide.
Oh, shit.
Number one, you got to go overseas to get your wife. Number two, you got to be sure that not only does the local culture frown upon divorce, but her family frowns upon divorce. The lower educated, the better. Like,
yeah.
You want number three, you got to keep her from having friends over here. Like, you cannot be in the fucking middle of downtown Manhattan. You got to go to the middle of ass fucking nowhere.
Shit.
And if she can't drive, for fuck's sakes, don't let her. Like, no, veteran difficulty is getting with a wife overseas. No, Dante Must Die is getting a wife overseas and bringing them back.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, with the your life and your choice thing, if you want to be red pill, okay, cool. You don't really have a choice because red pill is a state of mind and you can't really un-red pill yourself. But regardless, if you believe in a red pill philosophy, cool. If you believe in the monk lifestyle, that's also cool. If you believe that you still want to have a strong family and still want to build a future, I highly suggest that you don't do it in the fucking West because you're fucked. But if you can find somewhere else to do it, that's on you. Okay, your life, your choice. The difference is men, they don't have a choice, but men deal with the consequences of their choices, right? And we know this. We all fucking know this. There's consequences to anything that you fucking do, and we accept it for the most part.
Like if some dude says, "No, I need to get a fucking 10 out of 10 wife to live in downtown fucking LA, California with," I'd be like, "Okay, you're fucked." Like let me put it this way. I can give you advice that might stall how long it takes. But quite honestly, what I'd say is put some kids in her as fast, like do the whole overseas, bring her back minimal language thing. Then put some kids in her as fast as you can. Make sure that you have a good lawyer on hand to have all your money and belongings pass on to your kids in the event of your death. And then the instant she pulls the divorce papers, bite down on the cyanide capsule.
Well, damn. Well, hey, that's a better plan than nothing. That's the best.
That's
plan
the thing.
to think of.
It's like I don't got a better fucking plan than that. Because at that point, you're accepting the inevitability of a shitty fucking divorce. So you better be prepared to like get out, like minimize the fucking consequences of it. And if that means taking out a life insurance policy and passing your shit on to your kids before your wife can take it all, then that's what you got to fucking do.
Right. You know, and people tend to forget. Undead Chronic wants to have a strong family in the future one day, right? Well, definitely not in the West, but one day he would like to have a strong family. Probably won't happen. Maybe it will, but that was his plans. And I'm like, hey, cool, hey, man, as long as you have the best possible route to avoid getting fucked over, hey, good for you, bro.
Honestly, I think mindset wise, men might have to start thinking of family as their first retirement.
Right.
Like first off, like when you were first going to work, you are not focused on families or relationships. That is your nose to the fucking grindstone. Save up your fucking money. Start planning out for a future family. Because when you get the family, your income's probably going to take a bit of a hit. At the very least, your disposable income is.
Oh,
and the amount of hours
blow.
And the amount of effort that you'll be able to put in at work, especially once you have kids, you'll have to be dealing with their shit. It's going to be distracting. And especially if you want to be a good father and actually present in your kids' lives, you won't be able to work fucking 6-7 days a week and still be present in the lives of your children. You're going to have to take somewhat of a retirement. You're not completely stopping working necessarily, but you're probably going to have to tone it the fuck down.
Yeah, it's not about you anymore. You know, it's all about the family now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you're disposable.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
That's the thing. So it's got to be considered your first retirement. And then, of course, your second retirement is, your actual retirement when you're done. But right now, you have guys who they're getting in with women on the way up. And that's basically like you're just starting a race and you're starting to add weights onto your body. It's like, dude, no wonder you ain't going to fucking get anywhere. You constantly have to make compromises in order to please the family, and your career will suffer for it.
Agreed. See, this is why we always say, wise men learn from others' mistakes. Okay. So, of course, there's going to be men out there that believes that they have a better plan, right? They're like, hey, I don't want to get married in the West, but I'm sure overseas, somewhere in this non-Western country, there will be laws that'll be more in my favor and blah, 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 And I'm like, hey, As long as you ain't getting a royally fucked, no lube in the courts and stuff, and she doesn't have a chance to do it, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. I am not going to force my ideals on you. That's some feminist fucking emotional shit. Okay? We're all individuals. Men, we are we work on individualism. Okay? We don't do that collectivism bullshit. Let them do what they want to do. We gave him the advice that he was looking for, and he believes that he knows his best course of action. And if his plan doesn't work, he will learn the hard way. He will learn a massive lesson. Like, hey, it failed. What are you gonna do now? Like, I'm not gonna tell a whole man that, yeah, you can never gaze upon the XX chromosome ever again. Like, what? Like, we're no cult. We're none of that shit. Okay, we're men that's come together that has a bunch of ideals, different ideals, but for the most part, we all agree on one thing: the West is declining. The traditional way of marriage is dead in the West. Nuclear family is dead in the West. But we all don't think exactly the same. We all don't agree on everything. That's what you need. That's what you guys need to realize. So if a man says, like, you know what, yeah, the West is pretty horrible, but I'm gonna see if I can go over here and build a strong family instead. Don't go all apeshit. Oh, you stupid? Are you retarded? God damn it! Have you even learned anything? AWOL motherfucker! Like,
Yeah.
just whatever.
And if some guy straight up says, "Well, I don't even want the family. I just want someone to fucking love," I'd be like, "All right, doll and AI, buddy. That's the best we got right now. Dolls and AI."
Hey, that's your best. Hey, right now it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous out there.
If you don't give a shit, like if you don't give a shit about the kids, you just want someone that will give you the illusion of loving and supporting you. Because let's be honest, that's all women are giving you, the illusion.
Yes.
You want the illusion and you want it to be good, then you got to go for, like, the doll gives you the physical body and the vasopressin response that you're craving on a chemical level. And there's fucking chatbot AIs, and they get better every single year.
Which is also a good plan.
So, like, if that's what you're going for in life, then that's my best advice, because you are not going to get what you want out of meat sack women.
Agreed. Like, for example, I rock the red pill philosophy, and also I rock some men going their own way philosophy as well, and especially in the West. Okay, the West is very fucking bad now, but if I decide to go overseas, if I decide to go somewhere where I know the laws are more fair, very religious area, their family don't fuck around, the father is a big force in her life and rules with an iron fist. See, that's all the variables that a lot of men tend to skip, right? They just go quick to, all of them are the same. Western women everywhere. Oh my God! Look at her hair. Look at her tattoo. Look at her Birkin.
But that's the thing. It's like, yes, all women are the same, but you need to understand that it's not that all of them are same at the end. They're all running off of the same basic software.
Right.
Right. And the thing is, like, that is not feminism. That is the struggle for societal approval, and the emotions supersedes logic. Meaning that if she is more tied to her family, then her family is going to have more of an influence on her than anything else. Whereas, and that's why over here, like, they want to destroy that parent-child family relationship, because then the woman is more focused on what her friends think and what her peers think. That's why fucking public school is a thing. You force fucking children, specifically women, to spend all their time away from their family, dealing with the social dynamics of school, And then you wonder why they don't give a shit what the hell their parents have to say. It's like, motherfuckers, you were in your kid's life maybe 30% of it when they were in school. They spent more time dealing with the educational system than they did with you. No, I don't care that you took them fucking tobogganing on the weekend. No, I don't care that you spent summer vacation with them. Fucking 60% of their life, because they were basically home from 4 till 10, and then they went to bed, and then you sent them back off to school again.
I'm gonna address this right quick because he's definitely getting heated right now. Don't know why, but he says they are the same. All women have hypergamy. It's whether if women have the option to pull hypergamy. Well, that's pretty much what we've been saying the entire time.
Okay, yeah, look.
Of course, AWOL. We
Yeah,
know that.
they want a hypergamy, yes. But what are they willing to sacrifice to get it?
Because in certain countries, it's a very bad time for the woman if she tries to practice her hypergamy. Because unlike the West, where they can run amok like a 10-year-old child with a pair of scissors, in certain non-Western areas, the women are severely shamed, ridiculed, and punished in certain aspects.
Yeah, like there's actual consequences. Like you're not going to get a situation in a place like that like you do here, where the one fucking chick on the force sleeps with half the fucking police station.
Exactly.
That is a Western problem exclusively.
Because that's what a lot of you guys are comprehending right now. Of fucking course, AWOL. But there are cultures, there are laws, there is family, there is religious practices, how religious she is. Those are variables on whether she's willing to act on her hypergamous behavior or not, knowing that there is severe consequences on her end if she decides to do some stupid shit. That's how we always kept women and children in line.
Yeah, well, no, that and can she act on it? Because sure, she might have it, but does she even have the access? Over here with Tinder, yeah, that's one thing. So what do? Well, you make sure she doesn't have a fucking smartphone. You make sure that she's not driving around, spending a whole bunch of time in public under strange companies. Like, no, she needs anything, you bring it to the house.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like she can't fuck another dude if another dude is never physically present with her.
Agreed. And there's certain areas in the world where even if there is some type of chance that she can pull off her hypergamy, she will think twice. Because she knows
they don't immediately jump to it. It's a gradual process.
Right. Because does she really want to piss off her husband in these non-Western countries?
Like,
does she want to piss off her father, her family? If she decides to be a promiscuous 304, she does not want to do that.
Like, it's not fucking jump to the switch. It's more like, it's the thing. You put a tea bag in water, you don't immediately get a fully steeped thing of tea. If you took the tea bag out right away, you'd basically have slightly flavored water. It takes a while for the feminism to sink in.
Agreed. And Jiraiya says, you guys say that, but the U.S. and the West is spreading their disgusting ideology like a parasite around the world. Agreed. How much longer before it's there too? I will say
depends where it is. It entirely depends on what country you go to. So keep in mind, what you have to ask yourself, what do you need? I'd say 25 years. You just need to find a place that is 25 years behind on the bullshit of feminism, because that's enough time to go there, get a wife, have some kids, have a bunch of kids, raise them all to adulthood, and send them off on their own. Because once your kids have adulthood and they're out of the house, you've done all you can.
Yeah. And it's pretty much major cities around the world.
Yeah. And it's primarily in major cities. So this is why even if you're going overseas, You stay away from the fucking metro areas. If you can, try to go to a place that has, you know, like 4 digits of people or less. Like I'd say even 10,000, like 10,000 is way too high. Like if you can find a town of 5,000 or less or 1,000 or less, that's where you want to go. Don't think that you can go to fucking Saigon and be like, oh yeah, I can absolutely raise a family here. It's like, no, dipshit, that's the middle of the downtown core where feminism is going to strike first. You want to go to some no-name backwater.
Agreed. And like we said before, Chad, there's a reason why women are running amok like a bunch of spoiled brats. Okay, you already know between men, there's always that underlying respect that we have for each other. We kind of have to, and we can't really jump the gun, knowing that there's always an underlying threat of violence. Women, they don't have to deal with that shit to the point where they will literally get into a grown ass man's face that's probably like 1.5 feet taller than her and has 100+ pounds on her, and she will literally scream at him in his face, expecting not to get hit back, because she knows that that man's hands are tied behind his back in the West. And the non-Western countries, on the other hand, she knows when to shut the fuck up. She knows. Because the hands of men in non-Western countries are not tied behind their backs. There's a few stories of Western women going overseas thinking that they can move the same way like men, going to I think it was somewhere in Africa. Was it it was Nigeria or something. It was a country in Africa where this woman thought that she can bring her fucking feminist views over there, and she literally got beat, like smacked the fuck up.
Yeah, here would be a good litmus test. Do companies advertise LGBTQ positivity in that country?
Oh hell no.
No, that's the thing. Look for the countries that they do. Look for the countries that they don't. If they don't, then it's probably safe from feminism for a while.
Oh man, and that's what I'm saying. You know, yeah, of course. Feminism is spreading like an aggressive cancer. We can all agree to that. But right now, at this moment, there are still countries that doesn't tolerate this shit at all. They do not.
Yeah. And the feminists, they don't get super aggressive in those places. As soon as you apply even the slightest bit of consequences, they cave.
Exactly. Like I said, like they're pretty much grown children. They only respond to immediate consequences.
Yeah. Like there was, like the World Cup, I think it was. The country that it was being hosted in did not tolerate that feminist bullshit. They were going to wear fucking rainbow shit out onto the field initially. And they're like, well, you'll get a yellow card if you do that. Not a single one of them committed to it. So they don't give a shit.
Qatar?
Yeah, Qatar, I guess. Yeah, all they threatened them was with like a fucking warning. They threatened them with a warning, and that was enough for them to back off.
Yeah, and we're just keeping it real at the moment because once again, right, a lot of Western women, they love to claim that they're oppressed, rights, blah 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 blah. Go over to these non-Western countries where you think that shit will fly. Then you may have a taste of what. Oh, I can't do whatever I want. Really feels like.
Yeah, woman who gets to voice her opinions on a talk show, fucking feels oppressed. It's like the fucking double think required for that to legit say that you're fucking oppressed. Meanwhile, you have a television platform to bitch on.
Yeah, that's why when I watch It's Complicated channel, there's a question of like. Yeah, all by law, all women can do the same thing that men can do, right? Oh, yeah. So what are feminists fighting for? EXE brain not working. She didn't know how to respond to that. Oh, what are we fighting for? That's a good question. Because we got a bunch of NPCs walking around, just saying shit just to say shit.
Yeah. Again, that's the social approval aspect. and it works on a subconscious way. Like there's some stuff that, like, no matter how well, you got to be pretty fucking red pilled to avoid the gut reaction, because there's topics that you don't talk about in polite company because it makes people internally squirm. And that's just because of programming. Like it goes deep, like deep in subconscious, where some topics that you probably shouldn't care too much about, that it doesn't actually affect anything on the larger scale. But we've been so subliminally conditioned to respond negatively to it that we'll feel physically uncomfortable with it.
Bingo. And on top of that, and I did it myself a few times, you know, in my younger years. I asked the women that wants to spout that, you know, feminist bullshit. I'm like, all right, you calling people misogynists. Well, what does that mean? 6 times out of 10? No. 7 times out of 10, the woman doesn't even know what misogyny means.
No,
they just say it just to say it.
Yeah, it's just an insult to hurt people. They don't understand the words. Like, and I've seen this happen, where a woman will learn a new word, not really understand it, and then try to use it to win an argument in conversation.
Oh, like they hijack incel?
Yeah.
Like, bitch, do you even know what that even means?
No, that's the thing. It's not even incel. Like, it can be far more mundane words. But you can literally be the one to introduce a word to them, and then they try to use it against you. It's like, no. You don't even understand that word. You cannot fucking use it to win this when you don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, because there was an interview with these ladies, and you know, like, oh, what do you think about Andrew Tate? Oh, he's a fucking incel. Like, bitch, do you even know what the fuck that means?
No. Funny thing, actually, for us, women are NPCs. Like, you can legit have a more interesting and substantial conversation these days with an AI chatbot than you can with a flesh and blood woman.
Really?
There's some like legit. There's some new chatbots going around right now that take internet personalities and just turn them into chatbots. It's like, yeah, the reason I know that this is a chatbot is because they're giving logical, well thought out statements. Like, yeah. I know that this is an AI, not because they're bad at being human, but because they're better people than actual humans.
That is true. And Western women today, they only do speak in double standards. Like, that's literally their language, double standards. Or I don't know how to explain it. Cognitive dissonance. Like they can't really.
They're running off emotion. That's the thing. They run off the emotion, so they just go from emotion to emotion. They don't need a logical flow.
Right. Their mind goes one way, and their actions just go the complete opposite way. Like, are you realizing what you're doing right now? Oh, doing what? Like, oh, okay. All right. This is a waste of time.
Yeah. Like, imagine if you took a TV show, for example, like a one season of a show, and then you categorized it out into different emotional points, and then you had an argument, and for the emotional flow of the argument, you rearrange the show. The narrative would be fucking incomprehensible.
That is true. And this is why I've been taught by my grandpa and my dad, don't argue with women. I should have learned a couple times because I did do it when I was younger, but it's literally a waste of fucking time. I do see why they say just don't argue.
Well, I wish that they'd fucking explain it a bit more. Because for them to say, well, don't argue with women, it's like, okay, why? It was just don't. Okay, well, you're fucking useless.
Even women don't understand women sometimes. Like,
no, it's like imagine if someone said, oh hey, look both ways before you cross the street. Why? Just do it. Just do it.
You'll find out. Just play. I see what you're saying, Gray.
Yeah, like it's like that's what fucking pisses me off about advice from the older generation. Is it's very much NPC advice. They can give the advice, they can give the statement, but that you can't get any more details or get them to elaborate on it. They're literally just passing down something that they've heard, and maybe they understand it on an emotional level, but even they don't understand the logic of what they say. So is it any wonder when the younger generation doesn't take them seriously?
True, especially when you learn the hard way. Because you honestly think at first, right, when you're young and dumb, that women are able to have a somewhat logical, conversation. But as you get older, you're like, damn, like this is literally a waste of time. Like you can't get your point across because she doesn't even believe her own point. She's just going all over the place. She doesn't even know what's happening. She's just arguing just to argue.
Man.
Like, fuck, why did you tell me this, Dad? Like, could have saved me so much time.
Also, Mao, yes, chatbots will absolutely work for fictional women. Like, you can program them with whatever fucking data and personality you want. So if you're willing to put in the effort, then you can create a chatbot for whatever waifu fits your dreams.
Yeah, and I do remember a few times where I just ignore a woman or just walk away if they are on that emotional, argument bullshit. And man, it made things like 100 times worse, but I still had that power at the end. Like she lost all power. Like you see a drain out of her body. You can see in her face. But you just
that's the thing. It's like think about it like say that it's an artillery battle and you need to find out where your opponent's artillery is in order to launch at them. And then your opponent suddenly gets the idea, is like, hey, you know what? How about we don't fire back no matter where they hit? Then you're like, okay, because then do they keep firing? It's like they know they haven't destroyed all the artillery, but now they can't find out where the hell the return fire is coming from. So they end up launching everything and running out of ammunition.
That is true. They just start, just like you said, just shooting randomly, trying to hit you with that lucky one, trying to hit you in your nerve, try to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And even if you do, you don't react as though they do. It's like it can be internally, oh fuck, they actually got me. That actually kind of hurt. But like, no, don't show it, or they'll focus the attack there. You wait, because then they'll think that they missed you, and then they'll have to go shoot somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. They always act they always act correct when you don't play into their bullshit. It's weird.
Yeah, again, chess with a pigeon. Knock all the pieces over, shit on the board, and then strut around like it won.
Yeah, it's either they step it up a notch or they just hate being ignored. But you already put on ice, so I'm already going to ignore you. So I don't care. And what's it called? I realized that, especially, I was young in the military. In the military, there's a lot of button heads with military wives and shit. So I've learned very quickly, they want you to feel some type of way. They want you to get crazy. They feed into that. They just, it sustains them, that chaos. They want you to go fucking nuts. Because the more you go crazy, the more she goes crazy. I'm like, yo, married life fucking sucks. Good thing I'm not going to get married. Shit, I'm pretty sure I told this story before, but I was a third wheel when all this shit was going down. I'm like, hey, I can just come back later because you guys are getting hit. Like the fact that you guys are fucking button heads in front of a guest. Like, you guys got some issues, you know. But I noticed that it was her that kept antagonizing the entire situation.
Well, that's because she wants the drama, she wants the audience, and she knows that she's safer when there's an audience.
Yeah, I'm like, in front of your husband's coworker. Like, damn.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's what makes it worse. Like, again, worse for him, better for her.
Right. I'm like, what? Like this, it was a lose-lose situation. You know, I offer him, hey, you know, I can leave. I get the fuck out of here, you know. But he's like, nah, you can stay, bro. No, don't worry about her. You know, I still hear her in the fucking kitchen. Me. Man. And then he tells me while she's going crazy in the kitchen, because once again, she thinks the argument's still going. He tells me, bro, think long and hard before you get married. You know what? Don't get married, bro. It's not worth it. I'm like, you serious? He's like, just trust me, bro. I was like, hey, I trust you, man. I would not want to deal with that.
You have made a very convincing case, but I do have to make tracks myself and get some sleep in about 10 minutes or so. So,
oh no, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, imagine dealing with that shit every fucking day, right? And in my opinion, that's one of the biggest reasons why I am still not dealing with that marriage life. I'm not going to sign that government contract because my peace will be destroyed.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I got shit that I want to do. I got fucking hobbies I want to have. Only reason to get involved with a meatbag women is if I want kids. And that's very much a not right now thing.
Agreed. And I'm going to address this right quick. I got a super chat from JD. I'm not going to say your entire name. Thank you very much for your generous donation. Okay. Appreciate that. I forgot the shield today, did I? If you want to support your boy, Sirius, the link on top of the chat, Cash App /Sirius. Any donations appreciated if you feel that my channel is worthy of your investment. All right. And I know that, you know, I was kind of spazzing out in the beginning, but I just had to get everything together and try to explain my point of view of the manosphere, my place in it. All right. If you guys choose to go back and watch it. Because there's a lot of things going on. And I do agree that maybe I may have to, you know, take a little small break. Maybe. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah. And I'm not gonna. Oh, what's up?
I just want to respond to Alec in the chat here. Right. Oh. What if multiple Manosphere creators united, funneled everyone to one channel, and then had big stream collaborations? Okay. As soon as a stream gets to more than 3 people, it starts to go downhill dramatically.
Oh yeah. Did you see Chronic stream? Alec?
Yeah, like
that was bad.
Trying to condense the Manosphere is not going to work.
It will cause a bigger civil war, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you know, if you want to see what happens, look at 21 Studios. That's what happens when you try to get a whole bunch of Manosphere content creators funneled together. It turns into a fucking shit show drama fest.
Bro, I don't even know what the hell is going on. That shit went down so fucking
like or any. Let's think. I cannot think of like a kind of an independent group of creators that gathered together and made that work successfully. Because I can also think like Channel Awesome and all that group. Yeah, that turned into a drama-filled shit show that fell apart. Timcast is another fucking thing that it used to be just Tim Pool. Now it's a whole bunch of fucking weirdos, and that shit's full of internal drama and falling the fuck apart.
Agreed.
Well, but that's the thing. Now, Alec, them getting throttled by going individually. No, that's the thing. If they all pool together, then they can just all get throttled by going after one channel. It's better to have a whole bunch of different channels because it's hard to keep on top of and throttle every single one of them.
If creators try to grow by themselves, I will say it's somewhat irrelevant. Like you just gotta, like what Grace said earlier, you just gotta pretty much have something that the people want at the moment. Your channel will explode.
Yeah.
You know,
like that's the thing. If you're trying to condense it all into one, like a bunch of Manosphere people, they all subscribe to the same stuff. So you're not going to grow any bigger than the largest channel that is contributing.
Which is true. Yes. Because everybody knows who I like. Once again, right? I go to like Terrence Pop, Hammerhand, Underchronic, Sandman, etc. And anytime I comment, I see a few of you guys like, "Hey, Sirius."
Yeah. Okay, Alec. Just because there's nothing to flag doesn't mean they won't flag it. That's hopelessly naive to think YouTube needs a justification to throttle a YouTube channel.
They just don't like you, and they'll flag your shit.
Like, keep in mind, a Manosphere channel that posts a somewhat scantily clad woman in the thumbnail, which can be completely acceptable the other 100 times it was done on that channel, will get fucking yeeted. Whereas naked yoga can still persist. There are no consistent standards. This is not justified. There's no backup. It is like, if YouTube doesn't like you, you die.
Yep. Remember Ribby, 111,000 subs got taken out because of a woman was wearing no shoes or no socks. She was wearing full clothes. Nothing was showing. But since she was showing her bare feet, his entire channel, gone. We know it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But just saying.
But there's no power to appeal. There's no higher neutral authority. They don't like you, you die.
Because if they take out your 100K channel over a couple of feet, you're not getting your channel back.
And it's not, and of course it's not because of the feet. That's just the justification that they use to get rid of something that, for all we know, one fucking person at YouTube HQ didn't like.
Yeah. Yeah, they got whiff of Ribby, saw, you're like, ha ha ha, damn, look at these bimbos. And, she probably took it personally, like, I'm not a bimbo, I only had 300 bodies, and completely yeeted Ribby's channel. If only we had Elon Musk buy YouTube, right, guys? There'll be another purge all over again.
I mean, yeah, you could probably fire half the staff at YouTube and you'd see a performance increase.
Bro, we will have like fucking 5D videos. Like, bro, like YouTube will be in the year 2500 if we actually had competent people that can do their job.
We don't need YouTube in the year 2500. We need YouTube in the year 2001.
2001.
Yeah, like YouTube has not gotten better over the years. It's gotten worse. It's just gotten more fucking complicated.
Okay, yeah, let's bring it back to 2000, and because I think the best years is 2000 and 2012, 2013. That was a good time in my opinion.
Yeah, that'd be fine too, or 2007 maybe.
Oh, you want to go old school? Yeah.
I want fucking Wild West YouTube.
I'm sorry. I'm just contemplating the damage that Chronic would do in 2007. Oh shit. He will be, I don't know, they're just the devil towards feminism. Feminism will curse his name for forever. If he could actually say whatever he wanted, that'd be so bad. Like he didn't even try with that Sarah chick. Look what happened. Oh shit. That was still a crazy stream. I'm sorry, y'all, but wow. I'm still surprised no authorities went to their door yet. You know, when they threatened to do bodily harm.
Yeah, but they threatened to do bodily harm to a green skin. That's different.
Probably Susan's watching is like, no, let him be.
It's like it doesn't matter if people commit crimes if the cops aren't willing to do anything about it.
That is true. I'll give you that one. And plus, one of them's, bro, that dude literally made Canada look horrible. That Chris dude, Jesus. Yeah. I will freaking murder you, okay? I had my automatic semi-shotgun in Portland. Like, okay. And it turns out when you did your research, it was illegal.
Yeah, and I looked it up. I was like, auto shotty in Canada. I was like, oh yeah, no, you're not allowed to have those. You ain't allowed to have automatic fucking anything.
Personally, I think he's on par with I don't know if he's equal to, but he's definitely up there with Jack Murphy. Actually, no, he's up there with Jack Murphy because he said he shaves his butthole and bragged about it
and bleaches it. Yes.
Like, why? Like,
because his boyfriend likes it that way, obviously.
Why would you? Come on, bro. And what made it worse is how, which it will be ingrained in my mind forever, is when he couldn't answer Kron's question of "Are you the leader of the household?" He just looked dead inside. He's like,
nothing. Well, he knows the answer is no, but he can't say that. But he also, he was fucked with that question because he'd already presented a very weak stance. So either he's calling, he either has to lie, but then his family gets called weak because they're actually willing to follow him. But if he tells the truth and says no, then he's admitting that he's too weak to control his wife and kids.
That is true. And that was a weird flex when he says that, hey, I'm a social worker. And I'm like, okay, cool. I respect that. Right. You're helping these little bastards in need.
I fucking don't.
But I'm just saying, like, don't try to flex like you're doing. Like, they make around 40,000 max, 40,000 a year.
Okay,
I make more than you.
Fucking healthcare workers are legit bitching right now because they make 16 summers. Like, motherfucker, get a new job. You're bitching that your job basically pays you less than I made at Tim Hortons like a decade ago. That's what you're fucking living off of, and you're demanding a raise. Get a new fucking job.
Is this the one in UK?
No, this is Canada. They're legit bitching right now about fucking healthcare shit. It's like, how are you making that fucking little? Like, if you're making that fucking little, stop going out and protesting and trying to get some sort of collective action. Get a new fucking job.
Right. Get your money up.
Then, that's the thing. If you can't, then you're admitting that you're so fucking useless. You're basically a goddamn charity case.
Agreed. You know, so much of being strong, independent, right? Because I'm sure the majority of that protests consists of women. Why not just move to a different location that pays nurses more, or get your education up, get your skills up to get more money? Like, it's no, just give us free money, please. Like, that defeats the purpose of making profit. I pay you more once you're worth more.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all fucking because it's all healthcare shit. It's all government jobs. It's like, motherfucker, every competent doctor and nurse was fired within the past 3 years. Okay, everybody
Yeah.
competent and honest was fucking fired, or retired, or quit, and look at who's fucking graduating. Is it a whole bunch of career doctors? Nah, it's a whole bunch of fucking women that right now are realizing their meal ticket's running out. And they can't get a man to pay off all their fucking bills. And they're trying to find an exit strategy. So no one's got any fucking doctors. No one can afford to go to, like, no one who would actually be a good doctor can afford to go to medical school.
That is true. And more men are opting out of any type of long-term relationships as the days go by.
And taxes are getting tighter on top of that too, because more men are like, you know what, fuck this. I don't need to work, or I don't need to work as much.
Yeah, instead of
So all these women bitching is like, look, your problem is that you're in the fucking public healthcare industry. If you have actually got skills, go into private healthcare. Fucking, like, you decided that you didn't want to fucking cook and clean for a husband. Now you got to cook and clean for a fucking old retiree. Congratulations.
What a sad way to go. And I'm gonna address this right quick. AC, thank you for your donation. Thank you very much. He says, Gray, take off that beanie and show your hair, Bean Cell.
All right. I'll do that, but then I do gotta fucking head out. Right.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Yeah.
And
but I know I'm sorry, I have to show what's underneath this beanie, because I am not going to be compared to Tim fucking Pool here.
Yeah, I was just thinking about Tim Pool. I was like, is it that sounded kind of offensive, bro? Please tell me you don't have a bald spot.
I just got to find an appropriate image. There we go.
We are going to be nomads soon. Pretty much, we'll be okay.
Well, if we're not, well, had a good run.
Hell, like, I can survive off of bologna and mustard sandwiches. What in the JoJo is this?
There.
The fuck is this? Is that your stand in the background? It looks like your stand, bro.
The beanie's a fucking power limiter.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Jesus Christ. Look at oh, this dude's ridiculous. Oh. Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 6 Grey Ghost. Oh god, okay, that picture is ridiculous. But I know you gotta go to sleep, right? Because you got a lot of things to do. Whoa. Okay. I got one more donation from Sally. That's a pretty decent donation. They thank you very much. Jeez. And he says, make Alec a wrench. I got you. Why y'all yelling at me, bro? Did y'all hear that, Gray?
Yeah. I heard, like, who's yelling?
Rivers.
Oh.
Make Alec a goddamn wrench right now. Wait. Oh, no, not yet. Yeah, Alec, he's been around for like a long time, I bestow upon you by the power of Sirius and the Great Ghost, because, why not? You are a moderator now. Hell yeah. Are you just like admiring the picture? Like, is that what's going on right now, bro?
What, you wanted to put the beanie back on?
Yeah, look at me. Like, look at this. My goals are beyond your understanding.
It's like, all right. Like, I'll one second.
I'm getting more viewers. Like,
No, hold on. I'll put the beanie back on and seal my power level. Oop, too far.
what in the weeaboo is this? What is this shit? What the hell? Oh, is that the one that hold up. Is that the one that you're gonna be using for your videos?
No, this was just a random one that I hadn't used for a video. It was a throwaway.
I got another donation from AC. He says too much nips. He said, you know what? Too much nips. Put the beanie back. Thank you for your generous donation, AC. Damn, I can't believe Rivers did me like that. He put in all caps too. Wait, why y'all putting smiley faces in the chat? What? Come on, bro. This is just a freaking photo. See this shit? See, now that's why I believe your channel is going to explode. Because you're going to have a lot of dudes like, oh, who's this? Where's Revan, are you a mod? You know, you're not a mod. Here, I'll make you a mod as well. Only mod people that I can trust. All right, can we go back to the original one?
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of fucking horny dudes. Oh, come on, Sandra Armstrong. Oh, we're steeled up. What the fuck? Do you have any final words for the topic today when it comes to your life, your choice? Like, ignore the first half of our conversation, but the one where, how you say, us men, we have different ideals. We do agree on the overall concept of MGTOW, red pill stuff, but men, we're pretty much going to have our own opinions and our own decisions to make, pretty much. What do you think about that?
Like, it is essentially true. Like, we're all going to have our own objectives, and personally, it's like I want men to be successful, but in their own way. I'm definitely not wise enough to be like, no, this is the way that all men need to live. It's like, nah, I don't know that shit. I know pitfalls that men are likely to fall into and can give them advice to not fall into them. But in terms of long-term objectives, I don't know what will be the best for each dude. So instead, I just have to go, all right, guys, you tell me what you want. I will give you advice to the best of my ability to help you achieve what you want, regardless of whether or not I want to or whether or not I recommend it. And if I really don't recommend it, I'd be like, look, you got to go somewhere else for that advice. I can't. But like, every man's got to find out how to make himself successful. Because if every man was able to succeed at his ambitions, every other man's life would become easier.
I completely agree. See, this is why the reason that I wanted to make this, and once again, I've been thinking about this since this morning, ever since Nixon he made his video on his channel. Another reason I want to make this is because I've noticed as well that anytime a man has a different opinion on the premises of MGTOW Red Pill, just a shit ton of people just jump down this dude's throat. In my opinion, is no different than the fucking feminists that does the same thing to a woman that doesn't want to abide by the sisterhood. I've noticed that as more as well. You know, this is not what it's all about. We're not a movement. We're not a cult. We know fucking, kumbaya. We all work from the Skynet. We are all, we don't work the same. We don't think the same. We all agree on the same ideals, the same philosophies, etc. And we can only give as much information, as much advice as possible. But it's ultimately your choice and your choice alone. I cannot stop you. Gray can't stop you. Chronic can't stop you. Hammerhand can't stop you.
Well,
TFM can't stop you.
well, let's
It's
be
all
honest.
up on you.
And this thing is like, and could I? Well, realistically, I or anyone else could, but why the fuck would I want to? It's not worth the effort required.
Well, yeah, even if you could, why? Like, what is it going to benefit you stopping the man?
mean, Like theoretically, you can stop a man from doing anything. But you basically have to stop him from doing everything. There's very permanent solutions if you need to stop somebody.
Well, I see what you're saying. I agree.
But the thing is,
Technically,
like,
correct.
but what? But this thing is like, what's worth that level of effort? Like, you have to actually be seriously fucking with what I want to do before I'd even consider doing something like that.
I agree, but just based on just social media alone, just say that we will never meet each other.
No,
Don't
I can't
think-
fucking. I can't fucking do shit. All I can do is say mean words at you or give you bad information until you inevitably decide to block me.
Right. But at the end of the day, Chad, at the end of the day, we give you guys countless amount of information. You don't have to agree with all of it. But as long as you take what we say, internalize it, interpret it, and apply it to your situation in life to make it better, that's all that matters. You already know the saying. I can bring the horse to the stream, but I cannot force it to drink. Unless I fucking drown that motherfucker. I'm not going to force the horse to drink. I can't. You know how big a horse is? You gotta be strong as fuck. So we all have our own goals. Like what Senator said, we have our own destinies to be accountable for. If you want to go back to the blue pill lifestyle, all right, cool. Just gonna have to deal with the consequences. If you want to believe in and study the philosophy of Red Pill and just be aware of the reality that you're in society and navigate, cool. Do your best. Be careful. Learn how to navigate through this shit. If you want to become monk, cool. Go ahead and become monk. And I'm sure you guys understand the consequences of potentially never having a family. You can have a companion. Like, nobody's saying you can't have a little piece on the side. But if you go full monk mode, that's on you. And everything I just said so far, as long as you're able to accept the consequences of that choice, what's the problem? There shouldn't be a problem. I'm not gonna go all batshit fucking crazy on you. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of time of me screwing my head off, say, no, it's a bad idea. It will get me nowhere. You as a man, you made up your mind. Do what you need to do. Do what you gotta do. It's your life, bro. But don't be like these post-war women coming back, fucking crying your eyes out like, Oh, they did me dirty, man. I gotta work for the rest of my life because of the alimony and the child support. Like, hey, we told you not to do. Like, there was a huge risk of getting married. Like, that's on you. You gotta
It's
accept it.
I find it's like all the Transformers now that are crying because it hurts to go to the bathroom and they can't have physical relations. And they're like, I wish someone had told me not to do this. Like, motherfucker, I guarantee you someone told you not to do this. There has always been at least one person in your life that didn't want you to fucking do this, and you kicked that person to the side.
Yeah, most likely the father that your mother kept running away from and taking you with her, hiding your
Or
hiding
like
you from your
those
father.
mean people on the internet. Like, someone guaranteed told you not to do this at least once. You just didn't listen. So
Agreed.
go blaming other people for the intentional problems you fucked yourself with.
And overall, man, here's my goal. I'm gonna try to put it in the best perspective as possible. It was my goal the entire time, ever since I joined the war band and shit a couple years ago. We want you to be well aware that getting married, getting a white picket fence house, potentially being a slave that's dead inside, a slave to the wife and a slave to the state, that's not your only choice. That's not your only options. There's better things out there that you can do for you. My main goal is to pretty much say, take back control of your life. You're a man. You have a choice to do what you want to do. Okay? If you still want to go through this marriage, that's on you. But I'm just saying, at least you are aware of the bullshit that's happening to you, what could happen to you. I don't want you to go in fucking blind. I don't want you going all blind and gullible and be fed to the slaughterhouse like a cattle. I want you to be aware, like, oh shit, I could get married, but my life will be ruined. Or I could be single. I potentially may not have a family, but I'm free to do whatever I want and do whatever I please. And the government won't, it'll be very difficult for the government to get their hands on my money. That was my main goal. Okay. Not trying to turn this into a cult like, haha, yeah, welcome to the Yidis cave. No. It's, hey, this has been happening since 1930s, 1940s, where men get screwed over in the family divorce courts. Men are getting screwed over when it comes to false allegations. Men are getting put down for even being a man. We're pretty much just dysfunctional girls in the eyes of society. Being masculine is considered evil in 2022 or 2023. Be aware that the game is stacked against you. Now, with the knowledge that I just gave you, what are you going to do next? That's pretty much it when it comes to my channel.
Well, I got a dip eat, so.
Oh, it's all good, man. Before you head out, there's one more. Oh, Rusty donated another nice super chat. He says yes, all caps. Yeah, you definitely caught my attention, man. I'm like, God damn, why are you yelling at me, bro? What's up with all that yelling? Have a good night, and if you're not busy tomorrow, we'll definitely hit up the accountability stream.
All right. Sounds
All right.
good. Peace out.
Have a good night, man. All right. It's just me and you guys for the next 10 minutes. Hopefully that you guys enjoyed this stream. I know the stream was very, kind of erratic in the beginning, but that's pretty much the premises of the topic that I want to talk about today. Your life, your choice. Because once again, gentlemen, women, ever since the I'll say 60s, completely abandoned their traditional roles. So guess what? Since women abandoned their traditional roles, why can't men abandon their traditional roles? When I mean abandon, I mean you don't have to stay committed. You don't have to raise a strong family. You don't have to get in so much debt in order to keep your family happy when it comes to a house, car, jewelry, and other nonsense. Do what you want to do. Your life, your choice. It's all on you. And I know you guys know Drex from Big Top Podcast. He made a good point. Yes, it is not a good time for men that wants to have a traditional nuclear family. But you got to think about it on the positive side. At this point, now you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you please. This, depending on what you do with the advice that, we give you, like me, Hammerhand, Chronic, TFM, Sandman, Terrence Pop, etc., depending on the information that we give you and how you use that information, this could be one of the best times for men to live. Because now you can just do whatever you please now. Whatever nonsense that the state and feminism wants to play on men, right now it's a Uno reverse card. Because now men are waking up and they're not going to deal with this bullshit. And they're just going to do whatever they want. And that's why my channel is pretty much shadow banned. They don't like what we have to say. They really don't. And once again, gentlemen, I'm very passionate about this. But at the same time, with the state of the overall manosphere thing, I'm getting tired of the regurgitation of the same thing over and over. I want to actually talk to you guys about something beyond important, beyond this dating shit. Because I'm sure you guys are sick of, women, they don't like short guys. Yeah, women are hypergamous. Oh, yeah, women, they don't know how to be wives. Like, okay, yeah, no shit. We've been hearing that same thing for the last 8-9 years. Whoopie-doo. What else you guys have? So that's why I had to go on that little rant earlier in the stream, because I'm just sick and tired of the same shit. We need to actually have some type of channel, some type of space where we talk about important shit regarding men and men's issues. So that's why the Yiddish news thing and everything else, that's why those are my plans. It says, but alternative is what? Politics, current events, economy, whatever it is, that directly or indirectly affects men. We will talk about the subject, and then I'll explain to you guys why this subject is important regarding men. Because there's not too many channels out there that put men in good light, that actually shed light on men's issues when it comes to current events. Anytime they talk about men on mainstream news and etc., 9 times out of 10 is always negative. They always have something negative to say about men. Hell, sometimes they just say men should just die. Men should just go to war and die. My dog is better than men. My husband is an afterthought. So, Better Bachelor does that, but it all falls back to women and men's desire for them, and that is the root. Yeah, I do agree that's the root, but also there's other things that needs to be addressed as well, because once again, it goes back to dating at times when it comes to Better Bachelor. I want to solely focus on the more important things. Like we get it, you know, women this, women hypergamous, women that. Let's talk about other things that are red pilled. Because once again, red pill is just accepting reality for what it is and learning how to navigate through that, not just women and dating. But for the moment, I know I'm just doing live streams, but I do want to put up a set together, like overlays and everything, to make my channel look, you know, more presentable, more professional. Because I am going to work a lot harder on the Yiddish news than, you know, this channel right here. Because guess what? When it comes to finding content about 304s, only thing that you got to do is go on Facebook, go on Twitter, go on TikTok. Bro, if I wanted to, I can go on and do this channel for the next 20 to 30 years. That's how much content is out there about the atrocities that women do. So it's pretty easy, but at the same time, it gets repetitive. So that's why I want to step it up a notch with the Yiddish news. Do. Oh yeah, like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please do. If you feel that the stream is to your liking so far. Well, without chicks, I collect my money and buy a 50K Jeep this year. Yeah, I agree. When you put yourself first and not trying to chase around tail, around town, around the city, your wallet and your bank account will be looking hella fat. You'll be surprised how much money just stacks up in your account when you just focus on you and you alone. You'll be like, God damn, where is all this money coming from? And if you spend your money wisely, like what Luke is saying right now, saving 50K is easy. As a single man, that's too easy. So that's another perk of a single man, a bachelor, doing their own thing. And also why modern women hate bachelors, because bachelors is a lot more difficult for them to get your money. Remember, gentlemen, for the most part, in order for women in general to get access to your money, they need help from the state to do it. And since the bachelor didn't sign a government contract, there's no way in hell that a woman is able to do that. The only way that she's able to get money from you at that point, if she baby traps you, or you didn't realize that you were living in a common law marriage state, meaning that if you live with a person for around 6 or 7 years, the courts will recognize you and that woman as husband and wife. And that will be a very bad time. Rusty Rivers, best believe you will still get your daily dose of red pills. I've been very invested in these memes for almost 2 years now. I can't stop now. I always got to give you guys the daily doses. Yes, they will try to get you through cohabitation. That's why you gotta be very careful. It happened to me. It happened to me a couple times, where a woman slowly but surely tried to move her stuff into your place. Like first, you notice that she leaves her toothbrush. Then she leaves her makeup stuff on your counter. And then she leaves a couple shirts. Then she leaves a couple shoes. And they like, oh hell no, she's trying to nest in my shit. She's trying to move in. Uh-oh, Amber Alert, get her out of here. She's trying to move in. Oh shit. So I got something from Kako through Cash App. He sends me a generous Cash App donation. You guys are very generous today. Very generous. Even though I kind of butt heads with Gray earlier, it smoothed out pretty good. Pretty good. Why not sell that shit on eBay? Yeah, that'll be a good $20-$25 sale right there. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you guys went through this before where, you know, a woman will be all sneaky and try to move her shit into your place one item at a time. She leaves a toothbrush, she leaves one piece of clothing after 3 or 4 times. She thinks your place is her place. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, no, bitch. This place is your name on the lease? Your name is not going on the lease, but this ain't your place. Do you own your house? Like, do you have a deed to this place? No? Then this is not your place. Get out of here. Because eventually she'll first is her slowly trying to move into your place, and then 10 years later, your house got taken over and the only thing you have is your basement. Yes. Yes. That's usually what happens. It's a hostile takeover, and she pretty much took over your entire house except for the basement. That's the man cave, right? Even though you paid for the entire place, she claimed everything as hers over time. That's my worst nightmare. Fuck that. Hell no. Ten years later, she owns the house with her new man, Tyrone. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, that's why you guys need to avoid common law marriage. You need to avoid that because they will literally give away your goddamn car. But I know there was a lot of pushback when me and Gray talked about earlier when it comes to AWOLT around the world. Well, once again, gentlemen, we all understand all women are like that. That's called female biology, female nature. We completely understand that. Okay? All we were just trying to say is there's certain things that makes it very difficult for a woman to try to go all hypergamy on you in certain countries. Because in certain countries, they don't play that shit. In the United States, sure. But in non-Western countries, she will think twice, actually 3 times, before she tries to pull a feminist move on you. Because once again, in certain countries, they don't get alimony. They get a little bit of child support, or the father takes the kids because the father is able to take care of them. She doesn't want to shame or embarrass her family if she's running around like a 304, because she will definitely be shamed, scrutinized, ostracized. She'll be banished from the family of tarnishing their name. I'm just saying, gentlemen, in certain countries, they don't fucking play. So that's why we say, hey, if you still want to build that strong family and all that stuff, try to go to areas where tradition is actually still alive. Oh, Jesus. Rusty, once again, thank you for your generous donation. He says, thank you, Yidis, for what you do. No, thank you for taking time to listen to what I have to say. Because once again, the fact that I was able to get almost 12,800 people to listen to what I have to say or watch my videos, that means I have to be saying something right. I must be doing something good, right? Yeah, it did kind of help that I was with the war band at the time, you know, but regardless, if I didn't know what I was talking about or I just suck, I wouldn't have 12,800 subs. So thank you guys for listening to what I have to say. Yeah, I might be getting a little bit burnt out about what's going on, but I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it moving, and I want to keep things as authentic as possible. Okay, I don't want to turn into one of those channels where I just put nothing but big titty, fat ass bitches, right? Bitches with the fat ass. I don't want to put them all up on the thumbnails and stuff of every single video of mine of them being 304s, trying to clickbait you guys, saying the same thing over and over. 304 bad, 304 bad. Yeah. Did you guys know that 304s are bad? Like, that's some echo chamber sellout shit. I don't want to be that type of content creator. Not in this space, not when there's actual men that needs a space like this to talk about certain problems, certain issues that needs to be solved. There's not too many channels like mine left. There isn't. There's only a very few. Chronic is like me, but he's way more funnier. He knows how to roast. I give him that. But I know it's very late right now, guys. Very late. So I'm not going to hold you guys too much. Thank you, everybody, especially Rusty Rivers, for the generous donations you gave today. I'm definitely going to put that towards the Yeetus News situation. I already have new art coming in. It's going to be looking fabulous. I just got to get more overlays and try to get a banner for the channel. I'm still going to work on it. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be worth it. It's something that I believe I'm going to have way more passion about than what's going on right now. Because honestly, there's not too much to say at this point. There's not much to say in the manosphere in the sense of like dating and women and shit. Like I almost said everything that I needed to say. Unless you guys just want me to say the same thing over and over again, which I highly doubt you guys want me to do. So it's going to be a slow transition, but there will be a transition. But for the time being, I'm still going to be Sirius, and I'm still going to do my thing until the end of the year. So I am out of here. Thank you everybody that participated in the chat. You guys definitely engaged very well today. Also, hopefully you guys enjoy the gems we dropped on you guys, even though a few of them were pretty confusing. I agree. We didn't really explain it that well, but still, gems nevertheless. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be talking about accountability, or should you say accountability, because I'm bringing out as many videos as possible just to show how far modern women will go, or women in general, to avoid any type of responsibility or accountability. It gets very hilarious. So I see you guys tomorrow. Once again, thank you everybody that donated tonight. You guys were too generous. Peace.